we will start with sourcing and contract management. In streamlined procure to pay, there is an end-to-end solution which is collaborative and contract management. In sourcing and contract management, there are two solution capabilities. Those are, one is source assignment, and second one is operational contract management. Compared to core ERP processes, for operational contract management, new Fury apps was developed. So in SAP S/4HANA, operational demand supports both automatic and manual processes. For this source assignment, and these source assignments are used to manage supply sources such as purchase information records or long-term purchasing. And these sources of supply are maintained inside the system. And these are further available for sources of supply, but open purchase requisition and purchase order. The participants able to see my screen. The process of managing the contract creation, execution, and monitoring. So we see so many organizations ever increasing amount of pressure to improve operational efficiency. The contract managers, by the contract management process, we can maximize operational and financial performance. We can also reduce cost. We can reduce the cost. So the buyers have the effective system support to monitor the contract. Now, let me show you how to create a contract and all the details about the contract on the system. Okay. So before that, I just would like to give you some details. Contract is an agreement between the vendor and the customer. For the supply of material at an agreed price over a specified period of time. So we can create contract for a single plant or for all the plants supported by the organization. So we have two types of contracts. So basically you have two types of contracts. One is quantity contract and the other one is value contract. With quantity contract and value contract. So the system is slow, it's taking some time. So let us see what is quantity contract. It is an agreement between the vendor and the customer for a supply of for a set of materials over a specific period of time. Here we can also create a release order for a delivery schedule as per the contract. For example, if suppose a customer has created a contract with a vendor for providing an agreement of 1,000 hours. So basically it helps in reducing the cost. The creation of purchase order for maintenance work is required. Then a release order will be created for a supply of service of repair work, and the payment of that service is rendered. If 1,000 hours of repair work contract is fulfilled, then a request contract is introduced. So the quantity contract is based on how much quantity is entered into the contract. So in the same way, for the value contract, when the total value of all the release orders should not exceed a certain amount of time. It is totally based on the amount that is entered into the contract. So let us see practically on system on how to create a contract. So I'm just logging into the SAP Fury apps. Let us go to the Chrome. Let us copy the link and let us enter the username and the password. Let us log on. So here for creating a contract, we are using create purchase contract and click on the search icon. And here enter the app name. And let us click on the close button. So open the app and create purchase contract. But before we are going to create a contract, there are few configurations. Enter the T code SPRO and click enter. So let us go to SAP reference. So here we need to define the contract types in customizing. Go to the path, materials management, purchasing, contract. So let us click on document types and double click on. So here we can see contract types. One is a quantity contract type and the other one is value contract types. Select the document, click on copy as. So here change the type. And let us remove the number ranges and the pre-selection. Then click on copy. Let us click enter. Click on continue. And finally click on save. Click on continue. So here you can see the message data was saved. So here we can see the contract types that was created already. Select the contract. Double click on allowed item category. So here we need to delete the item category. So I'm deleting the consignment at the item category. So click on delete, press enter, click on continue. Here we can see the item category consignment work and click on save. Now we will define the number ranges for the contract. Click on back again. So here define the number ranges and double click on intervals. So here we can define the number ranges for the contract. So let us try to insert a line. Enter the number. So let us enter the from number. 600. So to 699. Click enter. So here we got the message. Enter intervals without overlap. Click save. So all the participants able to hear me because I just got a message. Participants not able to hear me. Is everything okay, participants? Thank you. Thank you so much. So let us continue. So here we can't save the number range is because already it is an existing number range. Already there is an existing number range. So let us try to take a different number range and try to execute this. So let us enter the from number from 1000 to 1099. Then press enter. So let us click continue. So the changes were saved. So let us click on back. Click on back again. So let us define the screen layout at a document level. So define a screen at a document level. So let us select the field selection. And selecting the quantity contract, click on copy as and enter the field selection. So I'm just trying to enter AMK. Give the name as test quantity contract. So here we can see the number of entries copied, and here we can see the field selection. Let's click save. Let's continue. So here we can see data was saved. So let us select the field selection. Select AMK. So click on details button. So let's click on the basic data and click item. Double click on this. In this screen, you can find mandatory fields to enter the data. Click next selection group to see the next selection group. And again click on next selection group. So let's continue to click. In the administrative data, so check purchasing group is required and let us click on required entry and deactivate the operational entry. Let's go back. Let us go back again. Click on yes. Now let us click on define document types to assign the number ranges to the document types. So here enter the number ranges. Enter the number ranges that have been created before. We created 17 number intervals and double click on enter the field selection. Our field selection is AMK. Click on save and click continue. So here you can see the message data was saved. So now we will see how to create the contract. Double click on the app, enter the contract. So here enter the vendor number. Enter the agreement type. Enter the purchasing organization number. Enter the purchasing group. Enter the plant. Let's keep entering all these details. Let us enter the validity end date. Enter the target value. Press enter. Press enter again. Let us enter the material details. What are the materials? Enter the target quantity. Enter the net price. Press enter. Click on save. Here you can add item conditions. Click on more. Select the item first. Click on more. Click on item condition. Here you can add item condition. If the vendor is giving a discount of 5%, you can add the discount over here. So let's enter the discount. Then let's keep entering all these details. So let us select the freight value. Let's enter the amount. Click enter. Now click on save. So here you can see the quantity contract created under the number 431. So here we have given the number range 431 to 499. So the contract is created under the number 431. So we can create the contract in three ways. One is creating the contract normally. The second one is creating a contract reference to the purchase requisition. Create a contract with reference to RFQ. Create a contract reference to purchase requisition. Enter the vendor number. Let's click on the search. So here select the vendor. And enter the purchasing organization and enter the purchasing group and storage location. Let us take the another vendor number. Click on search. And here the purchasing organization is 110. Enter the plant and enter the storage location. And then click on enter to purchase requisition. In previous session, we have seen how to create a purchase requisition. So let us enter the requisition item. Let's continue. So let us enter the validity end date. Enter the target value. Press enter. Press enter again. So let us select the material and click on the details button. So let us enter the target quantity and let's enter the net order price and then click on the item conditions. But here if you want to add a discount, you can add it over here. Select the cash discount and enter the percentage and click enter. If you want, we can directly enter the create value. So here you can see the message contract created under the number 432 with reference to the purchase requisition. So in the same way, we can also create reference to the RFQ. Well, with reference to the RFQ, we are using a quotation app. So we can create a purchase order by using a contract app also. So now we will see how to create an order by using, so for this we are using an app called create a purchase order. So let us click enter. So let us click on create purchase order advance. Let's keep entering the vendor number. Let us expand the header tab and enter the purchasing organization and purchasing group and enter the company code. So let us enter the contract number. us enter. So let's enter the quantity. Click on quantity and click on weights tab. So here enter the quantity and press enter. Click on save. Here you can see standard CO created. So let us note this. So let us see the monitoring of contract. We are using manage purchase order app, manage purchase order app, manage a purchase contract app. Let's click enter. So let us open the app. So in this app, users can see high contract consumption and critical status of the contract. So here you have the filter bar. You can search by purchasing organization and purchasing group. So here we can renew the contract. By changing the target value. Here double click on the contract. So here we can see all the details of the contract. So here you can extend the validity. So if you want, we can change the target value. So here you can see click on back. So let us increase the validity to date. So here you can see the status was changed from expired to expiring. So this is how we renew the contract. So this is about the monitoring the contract. So until now, we discussed about the sourcing and contract management. In sourcing and contract management, so we have seen how to create a contract, how to execute the contract by using the purchase requisition, and how to monitor the contract. Now let me show you the material requirement planning. So let us see MRP. So in SAP S4HANA Logistics, combined with the functionalities covered by ECC, and it includes major simplification in the areas material requirement planning, inventory management, capacity planning, procurement, material valuation, and order management and billing. So these are the key innovations that have been developed in SAP S4HANA. Material requirement planning, the past MRP RAM, and new working model MRP controllers, inventory management, simplified data model, resulting in increased throughput and flexible analytics are at the very granular level. Next, capacity planning. So it determines the production capacity in procurement. It increases the efficiency in the procure to pay process. And new analytical apps and KPIs and Ariba network integration, PO order, and information views. Material valuation is with the elimination of blocking and to increase the throughput. For standard price, utilizing the material ledger, which means that customers can use multiple currencies and valuation methods for different accounting laws such as GAAP, and finally order management and billing. It enables monitoring of end-to-end order to cash process and take actions for now. Let us discuss about the MRP planning. Materials requirement planning is to guarantee materials availability. It is used to procure or produce the requirement quantity on time for both internal purposes, for sales and distribution. Let us see the difference between the classic MRP that is in SAP ERP and MRP Live in SAP S/4HANA. In classic MRP, the application server calls the database server at any time. So here we have database server and application server. In application server or the database server, So hit on the database server many times. The lots of data, and here data is transferred. So here the data is transferred to the application server. But in S4 HANA, so here also we have application server, database server, so here also the application server calls the database server multiple times. The data will not send to it will not be sent to the application server, but it is used to determine material shortages, so it can use to determine the material shortage directly. In MRP, all the tables are read frequently in sequentially. In MRP Live, many tables can read parallelly because of parallelization capacity in SAP HANA. So this is the difference over here. So here in MRP Live in S4 HANA, fast MRP run, and new working model for MRP controllers. MRP run is optimized for SAP HANA. MRP Live determines expected material shortages and creates planned orders and purchase requisition or it creates a delivery schedule line to cover the expected material shortages. The shortage exists for materials. The material is subject to demand driven planning. If conditions change during the planning, MRP is usually run on the daily basis and even less frequently, which is that the divisions are based on only information. MRP defines the technique based on material production schedule, material defines technique based on master production schedule and information from the inventory records. To determine the requirement and scheduling of each material item. Next, let us see the advantages. MRP Live in SAP S/4HANA. MRP Live automatically determines the sequence in which the material is to be planned across several plants. So here with MRP Live, multiple plants can be planted. MRP Live is the prerequisite for the future production planning. In SAP S/4HANA. So this is a prerequisite for the future production planning. It takes material receipts and requirement and calibrates shortages. And creates the plan orders and purchase requisitions. If a material is transferred from one plant to another, a stock transfer requirement is not known in the supplying plant until after the material has been planned in the receiving plant. MRP determines the sequence in which metals have to be planted across several plants. In S/4HANA Fiori, MRP Live came up with an apps like monitor stock, and requirements list. Manage yards, create production orders, and schedule MRP run. And execute MRP. So these are the few apps in the MRP Live in SAP Fiori and S4HANA GUI. We will use the T code MD04, the monitor stock and requirements list, and to manage the Fiori apps, use the T code P21. To create the production orders, 0, and also to schedule the MRP run, SM36, and to execute the MRP. So these are the T codes we are using in the SAP S4HANA. Now let us see the technical process steps of MRP. Let us check the bill of materials. Let us check the availability to stock. Create forecast demand. Check planning situation. And fifth step is create production order. Net requirement calculation. Sound one is schedule MRP run. And finally, a step is execute MRP. These are the 8 steps we need to perform. Now, do the first step, check bill of materials. But using the app, display bill of materials. Now let us log on to the SAP Fiori Launchpad. Copy the link. Click on Chrome. And click enter. Enter the user ID best. Password welcome 123 and click enter. Click on the search icon. Let us enter app and display bill of materials. Click enter. Click on bill of materials app. Before planning MRP, first we need to check the bill of materials to fulfill the open demands and in-house production. It is necessary to have the suitable master data. Now, let us enter the materials HG129, enter the plant 1010. Let us enter the BOM usage. BOM nothing but bill of materials. It is executed. This material is in-house production. You can use this material first in MRP planning. Now, next step is availability to stock. So check availability stock, monitor stock, and requirements list. So this is the app. So check availability to stock in SAP Fiori. Let's open the app. Monitor stock and requirements list. Click enter. Click enter. Double click on app. A list for a single material, a single plant. If you want all the materials, a single plant, then go for collective access. So here we can see the MRP area. Enter the plant. Enter the MRP controller. Click yes. Now here we can see the overview of materials assigned for MRP controllers. This different information like MRP area, like MRP type, and plant stock. In plant stock, you can see the stock of the material. So here you have 20. back. Click on yes. Let us click on individual access and let us enter the material FG1 to 9. Click enter. So here you can see the availability quantity, and here you can see the shortage of materials, the availability quantity. If you want to release the existing independent requirement, double click on independent requirement, click on change element icon, select the material and click delete and click on yes and click on save. So the requirement is saved. Now finally, the fourth step is create forecast demand. So for this, we can use manage, CR is nothing but plan independent requirement. So let us go back to the Fury apps. Let us enter the app. Manage CAR. So manage CAR. Select. So here you can see the PIR. So here you can enter the PIR where we are giving 100, and let us click on the change tab. Once we save, release the PIR, click on release PIR. Let us check the availability check. Click on refresh. Now here we can see the independent requirement. Stock is 100 based on the existing stock. Let us see the fourth step and check planning situation. So let us use the app monitor. To check the planning situation. Go back to the Fury. So let us enter the app monitor metal coverage. Click enter, monitor metal coverage. Click on the monitor metal coverage. So here you can see the shortage quantity. You can see the shortage quantity 100, which we have created in the manage PIR. You can calculate the shortage based on your planning available quantity. Now let us select the material and click on manage materials. And here you can see the planning situation. So here you can see one shortage, 100 quantity, and independent requirement. Let's move on with the fifth step. Create production order. Create production order is to fulfill the shortage. For this we use the production order app. Go back to the Fury apps. Now click on search. Let's enter create production order. Click enter. Suppose click on app. Enter materials. Enter production plan 1010. Enter order type. Select. Select type. MTS production order. Click enter. Enter the total quantity 50. Now let us select type as current date. Click enter. Click enter again. Click on release order. Click on release order again. And here we can see release carried out. Once we release the order, so here we can see the order number. Let us paste it over here. And let us go back. Here we can see order is saved. With the availability to stock of the material. Let us go to the material stock. And availability. Metal stock and requirements list. Click enter. app is to monitor the stock, and requirements list. And here click on cart to active and enter the material first. Enter the material and enter the MRP area. Enter the plant 1010 and click enter. Now here you can see the production order and the amount is 50. So you can see the MRP and here you can see the production order number. Now once we check the availability check, the next step is net requirement calculation. To calculate the net requirement, shortage total shortage minus total storage availability quantity plus production order quantity. So this is the formula to calculate the net requirement calculation. Total shortage is 100. So here we can check the availability quantity. Availability quantity is 0. So 100 minus 0 plus 50. And finally, the requirement shortages. So we have to fulfill the shortage. Further, we need to schedule MRP run. For MRP run, we use the app schedule MRP run. Let us go back to the Fury. Enter the app. Schedule MRP run in the background. Select this checkbox for stock transfer materials and regenerative planning. Change the planning mode to 3. You need to check immediately. Click on check. Here we can see. So you can see the message below. So here we can see the message. Now click on schedule. So here we can see the status as in process. It will take some time to schedule the job. instead of this step, we'll execute MRP run manually so that we can cover the shortage. Execute MRP is the final step. We have T code and B02. So here, click on the mode. So here we can enter the MB03 transaction, click enter, enter the material, enter the MRP area, click enter again. So MRP executed. To check the stock, execute the MRP and check the availability to stock. Now here you can see the planned order. Planned order is created. So here we can see our shortage is 50 and click on refresh. So here we can see the planned order is created. The amount 50 because our shortage is 50. So this is how we execute the shortage. The amount 50. So we execute the shortage.
Thank you all the participants to attend today's session. I'll see you tomorrow. A very good morning and good night to all the participants. Thank you.